Hello and welcome to Monkton House. The last time I did a video walk round was more than a year ago, and we weren't open yet and we weren't ready yet. So I thought I would update it. This is the main house. It is technically a castle, if only a little one. By some definitions anyway. The reason it's a castle is because it's a fortified house built with the purpose of defence. It's got gun loops and there is one arrow slit left. It used to be walled, so you can just see over there, that wall used to go across to the cottage. It's now just called Monkton House Cottage, but I think it used to be the stable cottage. You can see at the top there's a little bell. And my theory is that that room up there may have been the chapel for the monks. The monks of Newbattle Abbey built Monkton House. It used to be just a couple of towers. Sometime around about the 1450s, to protect themselves against the English, who were coming into Scotland a lot and causing all sorts of trouble. So this is the courtyard. There also used to be a wing that stretched across from there across to the cottage to make it fully enclosed and defensible. The monks, well, everybody at the time, were very superstitious. They all believed in fairies, witches, evil spirits, all sorts of other mythical creatures. So they did all sorts of things to protect themselves. So if you see, try and zoom in, see these little white bits in the wall? They are scallop shells. Some of them I think are also oyster shells. And they were built into the walls in order to protect against witches. I fairly recently found out why that would be. It's because witches can't cross water, and the scallop shells represent water. So of course if you put scallop shells into the walls, then witches won't be able to enter the building. Perfectly logical. This black stone down here is apparently called a blue stone, and that was a one-way witch escape valve. So if a witch happened to be trapped inside the house and unable to leave because of the shells, she could escape through that but not get back in. Also entirely logical. They also walled in cats into the walls, of which we have one. So a nearly 600-year-old mummified cat. I will show you that later. You can see over there, there's one gun loop so that they could shoot at invaders, and you can see there is another one, and then there's another one at the top over there. So that is one of the original towers, and it used to be much higher, but was then cut off at the top by a subsequent owner. Back that way is the drive, and there is our beautiful marquee, which I will show you more later. And there are our lovely stone entrance gates. The area to the side of there has been allowed to rewild, to give a home to anything that wants to live there, basically. Anything natural. That's my car. These, we think, were the original, well, certainly at one point, entrance gates to the courtyard, which was enclosed at the time. So you would have been able to get the horses through there. Maybe even a carriage, who knows. And at the top, that is apparently the emblem of a haze of yester. Apparently it was a winged ram. It's a little bit weather beaten now. Unfortunately, these gates now just lead into a more modern extension. More modern, I say, sometime around the 17th century, which is now a utility room. Not very grand. And there we have it. And this is our entrance door. This, you can see some scallop shells in these parts. I don't know if you can see them over there. So these are all still part of the original building. As I said, the whole place was remodeled in the 17th century, and this emblem here, which to me looks awfully Art Deco, isn't in fact Art Deco at all. It's from the remodel, so you find that motif all over the place. I quite like it. Okay, here's the front door, and this is our knocker. We have beautiful knockers here.